Welcome back to another first impression, this time for the anime. Tune in to the Midnight Heart. Synopsis on any list. When Arisu Yamabuki was all alone in bed at night, he was able to find solace in the voice of a radio host who went by Apollo. However, one day she simply stopped broadcasting without any explanation. Years then passed, and Arisu is now a second-year high schooler. He makes it his mission to search for Apollo, as there is something he wants to tell her. He doesn't know what she looks like, or even what her real name is, but he manages to get some leads on her in his school's broadcasting club. That's where he meets 4 girls who all dream to get a job where they can make full use of their voices. Just who is Apollo, and how will those 4 dreams pan out? So we have a slice of life romance comedy kind of story. We have our main character Arisu Yamabuki, who is this guy right here. And as was described, he in her childhood was listening to this radio host called Apollo, and he wants to find her. He doesn't know the name, he doesn't know what she looks like. The only clue he has is the voice. And he's able to, I don't know if has good hearing or it's just what he does. He's able to differentiate minute differences between the voices, and if they meet, what he remembers Apollo sounding like. Now, in the first 3 episodes, we get introduced to the broadcasting club where these 4 ladies are in, and we get introduced to what their goal is. We have Shinobu Uzuki, who wants to be like a commentator, news broadcaster. We have Iko Kirino, who wants to be a VTuber. Rika Inohana, who wants to be a singer. And Nane Himekawa, which wants to be a voice actress. You can also see some clues in the picture here. And our main character is sure that Apollo is in this broadcasting club, one of these 4 girls. But for some reason, she doesn't want to come forward. So he makes it his goal to fulfill all their dreams or all their goals, to potentially then get Apollo to open up. And this is what we more or less do. In the first 3 episodes, we get introduced to these new girls. We see a little bit of our main character, how he's trying to help them out. As example, our voice actress, she has problems reading specific kanji. So that is not boding well for her career, because you do need to be able to read. And our news broadcaster, she flaps her line every now and then, which is also not ideal. These are only 2 little things, and our main character wants to help them out, and in turn hopes that he can then pinpoint who Apollo really is. Now, so far, after the first 3 episodes, I really enjoy the show. I like all the girls. All of them seem to be, I don't want to use steadfast every time, but they are not easily shaken in the typical ways, because there is no, oh, you saw a little bit too much skin of me, oh, Kia, or our main character is like, oh, I can't look, and is closing his eyes or whatever and blushing like crazy. Our main character, as he was saying in this show, he doesn't really get nervous much, supposedly, and he is very goal oriented. He is trying to find Apollo, and he does not care, or seemingly does not care much about anything else. I do like that. Naturally, the girls do follow some stereotype. You can clearly make out a little bit here, a little bit there. Nane Himekawa, you see like the tsundere in her. You know how these characters are most of the time. But I like them all. And I especially like our main character. Now, just to give an example, he is in the school because he assumed from all the information he had that Apollo would have to be going to this school. Now, this school was an all-girls school. Recently, however, through connections, our guy found out that this school would merge with a boys' school this year. That is why he went to that boys' school to get into the school to follow Apollo. He is an ace stalker, essentially. He is doing everything he can to find her, and who knows how far he's going to go. Let's go to ratings. AniList has 70%. My anime list 7.24, which is a very solid rating. I would, for the 3 episodes, I would give it a 7 out of 10. It is bordering on an 8. It is somewhere along that line. We will see how it progresses, but I like the characters. I like the concept behind it. We get to see a little bit behind the scenes for some of these career paths, so to say. I really like the main character. This is, in my opinion, always one of the big points for shows like this. You need to have characters that people like. Now, we have 4 girls, so it's not hard to find one girl you like. I like all of them in the show, but it's not hard to get one of them right for the viewer. But the main character is always hard to nail, and I like this kind of characters. A character that is not easily pushed into the blushing, and he's not that nervous, and he doesn't really have a problem speaking with girls. I like this kind of character a lot.